Hi, it's Friday, just finished work early, so thought I'd get out in the greenhouse and sort out the fermentation fridge. The tube heater's arrived, so we can crack on with that. Just got to fit that in the bottom of the fridge, just to give us our heating. We also need to put a shelf in the bottom to put our fermentation vessel on. I've managed to cut some timber, a couple of bits there and a few bits there, to place on the bottom to give us a shelf. And then I wasn't sure where to put the fan, so I thought if I could place it underneath there, maybe with the airflow going down that way, it would then circulate the air to keep a constant temperature. What I've done here is just laid them out, the slats that we're going to use 7 slats. So we've got one in the middle, and then we'll work out. The spacing is equal to the width of the slat, just so that's how it worked out, making sure that we're slightly clear on the edges. The other thing that we're going to do is on the underside, we just mark a line down the centre, which I've simply just rested the pencil there, run it all the way along, and I've done that on the second piece as well. So as we've got one in the centre, the best way to work it out is if we find the centre of here, put our first screw hole, same on this one, and then we can attach our first slat, making sure that when we put the slats on, I put a chamfer on the edges there just so it's a little nicer on the bottom, and the one at the back just in case there's a little round on the edge. That'll come, the round will fit in there easily enough, then won't hold it off. So we find the centre of these, drill a hole in there, that's 402, so you want 201. That's millimetres. And our second one's 406, so we want 203. Put a little mark there. As I haven't done it in the middle, I'll just use my square. To put a mark for the centre one. Same on this one. How well you can see that, the way the light's shining. Darken up that line a little bit. So that's where we're going to put our first hole. We're going to use them screws. So we want a clearance hole. So the screw will pass through and the threads won't touch. Doesn't matter if they just rub, that might slightly be a little bit too big. There we are, that's a better size. This one's slightly too big. I've got a piece of scrap here just so I can drill into. When we drill these holes, when the drill comes through, sometimes it can tear out a little bit with the twist bit, so if we put a bit of wood underneath, keep it nice and tight as we're drilling it, and we'll get a nice finish. So we've got our first hole there. It's nice clean the other side, so we do our same on the second piece. So there we go, that's all the way through. I'll carry on with that and we'll screw them together. Well, actually, I'll show you quickly. Yeah, we screw them together. What I'm doing here is these we've cut across there and put the chamfer on. There's little bits on the edge, and all these edges here are really sharp. So it's nice to touch and we don't get splinters and stuff like that. If we just break the edges, by that what I mean is just with 120 grit sandpaper, just clean the edges up. Here's one. So just go over there. It's only light. All the way round. Just take them edges off. And that way they're a lot nicer to touch. It'll be a much more professional finish. I'll carry on with that for a bit. So they're all upside down. We've got two rails. One, as I've mentioned before, has got this rebate on it which will go at the back. I've already measured and we want this rail, this inside edge of the rail, to be 100mm from that edge there. Your fridge would probably be different to that, but the fridge that I've got, that works perfectly. So what I'll do is I'll put a little mark from there back to here to 100mm. There we go. So the last screw's in. Take these little spacers out of the way, and that's what we've made. As I said before, it's really warm in here. Maybe the greenhouse wasn't the best place to work today, but the glue won't take long to dry. Take this opportunity to just sand the top. Get any marks out. Now if we turn it over, do the same to this rail here that's got the pencil marking. Not that we'll ever see it, it's upside down, but it'll just be a nicer finish. So there we go, that's done. What we've got to do now is mount the fan. So this is going to go into the fridge, this side to the back. The fan I've conveniently spaced so I'll be able to screw it into here. It's a 120mm fan. You'll probably see that's a bit better. And my thumb is at 120mm. That can sit in the corner there. And then because it's up here, the airflow should go through there and round that, hopefully. It'll help anyway. So there we go. I'll just plug the heater in. I can feel it's getting warm. But look at that smoke coming out. I hope that all that's doing is just burning off a bit of grease inside the on the heating element or something like that. It's starting to get hot. We're smoking. I'll leave that to burn off, I think. Okay, what I've done now, the heating element is in. Drilled a hole through the back here, made sure that there was no sort of refrigeration pipes and whatever behind there. So that goes through there. I can drop my shelf in. So the shelf's got the fan on there, and the cables disappear up through there. Just tidy them up in a second. So that is what we've done. Still going to use the temperature probe coming through the back there, through that drain hole. There we go, now just got to wire it up at the back. Right, nearly done now. I did discover a little problem I had the fan wired in through the transformer on the fridge side, so when the fridge cooling come on, then the fan worked. But subsequently, when that went off, when it had reached its set temperature, the fan went out, and also when the heating element come on, the fan wasn't on. I tried running it sort of at quite a high temperature because it's really warm in here at the minute, and I think you really need the fan on when both the heating and the cooling are on, because it really overshot the temperature quite a lot. So I'm just rewiring now so I can take a feed from the top where the control unit is back down to the bottom where the little transformer is. Once that's done, it should be all finished, and we'll say job's a good one. Well, we finally completed it all. It took a little while on the wiring, so I got a couple of things around the wrong way. Everything's all working. Got it set now to 20 degrees, and it's on the cool cycle. The last thing I've got to do is just to calibrate the temperature probe, but I'll probably do that tomorrow, or maybe whenever I start my brew. So inside we're on the cooling cycle still. Got the heater at the bottom. Got a fan circulating the air with our shaft. Just one thing now to do, and that's to just get a brew going and put it in there and see how good it tastes at the end. Thanks for watching. Right, they're marked quickly. To do that, I've just pulled them up against that straight. That's the original one.